Hello there, guys, again. We all can't be equal. Be rest assured. We all can't be equal. That is very true. Ask me why. You know, religion has taught people, not only religion, even our culture itself. Sometimes we do use religion in a wrong way. And we fumble in scriptures and we say that this is what religion says, this is what the Bible says, and all that stuff. Man, we need to read between the lines. If you read, if you study our cultures, if you study our religion, then you have to agree with me that there are controversial issues. Uh, Let us go back to religion first. If you look at religion, the Bible, to be specific, spirituality, uh, you know, sometimes we use God in a wrong way, but sometimes we need to understand. In life, we have what we call preferences, and we have what we call priorities. And sometimes we need to ask ourselves, for those friends of mine who are religious, why we know that God is all powerful. Why did not God just like boom one day and creates everything? From man to vegetation to mammals to everything. Name them. Why did he not do that? But he just decided like the first day I'll create this, the second day I'll create this, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Where he rested. That's a topic for another day. And that is going to open for us like a day is really important for us. That's a topic for another day. But you see that God is a God of order. And God has a reason as to why he had to use days. And he had a reason as to why he had to create one thing at a time. Man, I think religion, I think the Bible, I think God speaks a lot to us. But because we think that we are scientists, and I don't oppose science. I myself, I believe in science. Because what I'm using now is science and technology. So I cannot dispute like science, they are just null and void. But no, it has to come to a point where I say that up to a given point you are going off the limits. So the same thing. I myself am a feminist. I love women. For those who love reading, there's a book called the Book of Enoch. And there are other writings in the spiritual and religious realm which were done away and they were not put in the canon, that's in the Bible, which are called the Apocrypha. And when you read these writings, man, they'll just blow your mind. And you come to realize that there are many things that are borrowed from those stuff. Some stuff in those books, they're very deep that a normal person, I said at first that we are not the same, we are not equal. There are normal person who cannot understand. What makes a genius person a genius? It is like he uses a mind that many of us do not use. A quarter of the mind that many of us do not use. So if you use a half of the brain that God has given you, then I want to believe that you'll turn a supercomputer to a very minute thing. I don't know what you will turn a computer into. That's how God created us, complex. That is why the past. So like we create the computer. So between the person who created the computer and the computer itself, do you reason? Between the creator and the created, do you reason? So at one point, you can never be equal. So God saw it fit that he creates man first. Man, I know I'm touching some people somewhere. But God saw it fit to create a man first. Then follow next, a woman. But should we use that to intimidate women? At no any given point, should we use that to intimidate women? As I told you, there are lost books that many religious people have not read, many spiritual people have not read, scientists alike have not read, humanitarians have not read, and many different fields of academia they haven't read. So guys, I think when God created a man, he had a reason as to why he had to create a man first. God had every reason as to why he had to create a man first. But that doesn't mean that the woman is lesser than the man. And that does mean that the woman is equal to a man. Let us put things into perspective. You know, some communities, some religions, some cultures and traditions think that women are there to be seen. They are there to act as domestic workers, to sire children. That is all they're there for. I disagree, and I disagree completely and totally. To my fellow women, let no any other person intimidate you because of your gender. But again, we can never be equal. You remain to be a man. I mean, you remain to be a woman, and I remain to be a man. That's the difference. And we can never be equal. There is a common phrase that says that what a man can do, a woman can do best. Very true. There are things that women do best than men, and there are things that men do best than women. So let us leave things for men, and let us leave things for women. So let us not come to a point whereby we want to. So the question is like, what are these things meant for men? And what are these stuff meant for women? I want to see your reaction down there in the comments below. And we react upon that, and we'll come up with another educative stuff. Because at the end of the day, we need to educate ourselves and get to come to a point where we say that, yes, actually, God created us to complement one another. Man to a woman and woman to a man. That's why he said that now you'll be one flesh. You leave your mother and father and you become one flesh, one mind. So as in complementing one another. So at the end of the day, you have your own individuality as a woman. At the end of the day, I have my own individuality as a man. But at the end of the day, we need to come together and complement our ideas and come to an agreement of a given stuff. Many marriages, they have been broken because the man wants to be the best, and it ends up not working. The woman realizing, being motivated by other people who are wrong, feminist, wants to prove herself like, I am the best than the man, and they end up collapsing their marriages. So guys, it is high time that we begin to reason out stuff. And we begin to think from a critical point of view. I want to believe that we are all learned, and this message is going to reach to people out there. And if at all it is going to reach for people out there, then you need to like, share, subscribe, and you notify me, and you comment below there. Then we get to preach this gospel of diversity. I mean, unity amongst diversity. Yes, we are diverse. We are not different. But how can we unite for the greater goal, for the greater good? Stay tuned, and I'll see you next.